Yeah. Well, I would have a forest full of trees if I turned a new leaf every time I broke a promise that I thought I would keep. And I'ma harbor that in secret. It's hard to hear your feedback. I'm playing like the Phantom of the Opera on a keypad. Hopping off the deep end happily, ain't no wisdom in my teeth left. Just cavities, I've been trying to keep my feet wet. Walking over water, about to run a little farther. Doing an Our Father, but you probably atheist. I'm still speeding like Dennis Hopper. There's a bomb up on this bus, so where the fuck's Keanu Reeves at? You best to relax, I'm staying on my grind. Feeling Amy off this wine like I ain't going back to rehab. Feeling like a bipolar reject. I'm even high when I'm sober, and my mind's a solar eclipse. A born-again fetus who should've been aborted. Hopped about my mommy's chest like, what's up, I'm important. That was morbid, dog. I'm kinda sorta wrong, but nothing's off limits. I've been ripping down walls like Gorbachev. I do it for my dogs and do it for the cause, yeah. You do it for the blogs and do it for applause, yeah. You do it for the wrong reason, so I have to judge. The beat up on your song is decent, but your rapping sucks. That's why I can't endorse it. But still you're in the stores and people flock with open wallets to cop your garbage recordings. But I keep my hands in my pocket, that's ironic, like Alanis Morissette. I hate this game, but I can't just forfeit. Don't want the fame, but I'll take the fortune. The moolah, they say what you give to it, you end up attracting to ya. That's why I put my 2 cents in and got some change back. Guess it all makes sense in my brain, man. My bedroom feels too small for me, but the outside world's like doomsday, honey. I'll go Usain once you say run it. Lot of fish in the sea, but 2 ain't nothing. My bedroom feels too small for me, but the outside world's like doomsday, honey. I'll go Usain once you say run it. Lot of fish in the sea, but 2 ain't nothing. There's a rip tide coming, hold on. I think the sky's falling on us. There's a rip tide coming, hold on. I think the sky's falling on us, yeah. Falling on us, yeah. Falling, yeah. There's a rip tide coming, hold on. I think the sky's falling on us, yeah. Cloud 9 never seemed so far away. This is only so much bullshit I can tolerate. Treat the booth like my pool pit, I'm trying to congregate. But my pursuit of artistry has led my heart astray. I try to stay up on a straight and narrow path, but every time I look, it's like sand from this hourglass is pouring outward. But I'm all about my paper like I'm Jim Halpert. The top is just a shot away, so baby, give me shelter. Yeah, I'm South Philly's own Lil Helper, the Wolf of Broad Street. They call me the young Jordan Belfort. My story developing Corey Feldman the way they can't stand by me, like I just brought him here to see a dead body. Yeah, and that body's mine, so I'm the one you hide behind, trying to find peace in the deep end of this violent mind. Praying for Vegas, bowling for Columbine. Downloaded for free and sold up on Spotify. Like here, yo, sell your soul up on the dotted line, or stay independent and sell not a dime, just try to grind. Yeah, cause what a time to be alive, ain't it? God would've got more followers if she was Vine famous. But me, I just live free to die painless. I'll be rolling up to heaven's gates late like, hi haters. God is major and I'm grateful for the pain you caused. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have sang you these songs. Like, my bedroom feels too small for me, but the outside world's like doomsday, honey. I'll go Usain once you say run it. Lot of fish in the sea, but 2 ain't nothing. My bedroom feels too small for me, but the outside world's like doomsday, honey. I'll go Usain once you say run it. Lot of fish in the sea, but 2 ain't nothing.
What's going on, guys? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I am in a different spot, if you can't tell by my background looking at the screen. But today is Friday the 13th. We're going to get some live trading in here on ES. I have my TopstepX platform loaded up. We got a 50K combine sitting here ready to roll. Going to do a little bit of top-down analysis, get this show started. Make sure you guys are aware. Yeah, volume looks good. Stream looks good. Someone let me know if you can't hear me. Or if something sounds totally jacked up. I don't have a mic in front of me, so I know it won't be so clear. But if it sounds absolutely horrible, I'll probably just talk less. A little bit of top-down analysis. We'll take a look at this today, see what we got coming into this Friday afternoon here, 12:37 Eastern. Consolidation, right? Just reviewing. Consolidation for August. Pretty harsh sell-off here to start the September. Similar to what we saw in August, sell-off, push down, and then really a recovery right back up. Looked like we were at a pretty interesting point down around here, the lows of this area of consolidation. We really just continued to drive price higher here on the US indices. As we zoom in, we take a look at what we saw for the open here. Kind of choppy, right? Back and forth. This was consumer sentiment, 10 a.m. orange folder news, so we had a pretty difficult candle to trade off of. Back and forth in an XFA, but ending red again today. Small red, nothing crazy. But just a really choppy back and forth week. Going to be ending this one red in the XFAs, unfortunately. But took some longs on the way up, played out nicely, tried some longs again, not so nicely, managed them okay. Ended up turning a small green day into a small red day. But we'll see what we can do here in the combine. Yeah, this looked like it was going to push a number of times on the 1 minute chart, especially after coming back down here, finding support at, let me scroll out, so we got the VWAP lines that line back up. Finding support at session VWAP, New York session VWAP. Pushed the high, consolidated again. I got in long down here, actually added into this one. This was towards the end of my morning session with my guys. Actually ended up adding into this one, and it didn't help me out. Obviously, we can see how that worked. Didn't work out too nicely. So that was an okay small green trade because I was running a very wide stop to start this one out. Adding in, scaling in, and just didn't get continuation, right? You know, if this was going to be the gnarly pullbacks that we needed before the pop up, buyers couldn't take it higher here after breaking IB high, breaking above this high. Consolidation, looking like we're finding some support. Buyers want to take it higher. Everything looks good. I'm still looking long. We're above VWAP. We're above overnight high, prior day high. We're above 15-minute opening range high. Initial balance. Like, let's get long on this thing. We're not above initial balance. We're cracking above initial balance. Scaling in, getting heavy, and it just came back to bite me. Here we are, drifting all the way back down below these lows near NY anchored VWAP here. So I am going to run the Dakota from Top Step Special. If you go back in my videos, you'll see me using the 100-tick chart infrequently, kind of back and forth. But I have been trying to find a little bit more structure in this difficult to trade market conditions, and I find the 100-tick chart can do that. Sorry for making you guys dizzy. If you don't know about TopstepX, it's a funky like bug where the VWAP lines don't line up really nicely unless you scroll all the way out back to their anchored point. So 1 minute chart, 100-tick chart side by side. Let's see what we can get rolling. I'm not looking long on this anymore, right? We had our chance to break higher. We had it so many times. And we had liquidity above. We had quite a bit of liquidity above that it didn't come up and tag. Played nice for me on the front end down here, but just a painful market to trade this week. Again, that's personal. It might be awesome for you guys. You might be absolutely killing it. This may be, you know, exactly what you need for your system, your approach. The market is just not following through. It's wicking all over the place. When it does start to follow through, it comes back down and expands in the opposite direction. Just a difficult week. If anything, very proud of how I have preserved capital, albeit ending a red week in my XFAs. It's about making it through those losses, making it through the losing streaks, the market just not agreeing with you. I stayed flat Monday and Tuesday, 0 trades. Not really common for me. You know, usually I'm a 1 to 3 trade for the morning session, and then maybe something in the afternoon session on some combines or potentially XFAs, but just not working. Started to get involved on Wednesday and Thursday. Ended small red, and then red again today, man. Really good opportunities. Mostly it was multiple break evens. Today was really the only small wins to get it started for the whole damn week. But mostly break evens and small losses. Yeah, I'm looking at this as a potential rotation back down into the range, right? Like we failed to go higher multiple times. This could have been a break and retest of initial balance high. I was looking at that for longs as well. Again, just did not play nicely as we were coming back down into this range, trying to take this thing higher. We're really breaking down this structure, right? If I'm a trend line guy, I'm probably looking at something like this. That's pretty clean. That is pretty damn clean, right? I'm not a trend line guy. I like VWAPs as opposed to trend lines, unless I'm really, really zoomed in. Maybe I'm just paying attention. But to point this out for you, you know, here's the first structural level starting to get broke down. Buyers failing to take this thing higher. We're coming back down. We're right at NY session VWAP. You've got session VWAP that I like to pay more attention to down here. Of course, most guys do. But we're starting to break this to the downside, looking at the 1 minute chart here. So let's see if that continues. See if it looks like we want to just trend to the downside. I was expecting some volatility here. Like if we were going to continue this move down, we pull back up and maybe sell right back off, but we haven't gotten that yet. Just kind of drifting over to the side, slow downward drift. But we'll hang out and wait. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask. Trading questions, please. Not a bunch of BS. Otherwise, I'll just block your ass and you can come back with 100 counts like I had this week. But we don't got time for all that. I'll just ignore the dumb questions. Yeah, man, we'll see. Not bad structure, right? Like, I don't want to say this is terrible overall. Let me just do this so we can take a look at the 1 minute together. Pulled down and then cracked up at the open. I was not looking to short back into the 15-minute opening range high if we're looking this bullish. Break up here looked good. Why do we need to come all the way back to VWAP? It happens, right? Like, that's a reasonable pullback. Here's its second chance to come higher. Buyers take it all the way back up and then all the way back down in without another continuation higher, right? So no real follow through here, no real follow through here. When we do crack back above highs and initial balance high, we don't follow through. We break and retest, and again, tried this long, scaled into this one, that ended red, was trying this long over here. You can see how that played out. So just longs failing on this one. Not really going to take this thing higher, at least. Look so far towards the end of the day. And a drift back down in is the move. So I'm gonna wait to see if we can get something that sets up on this. Again, I'm pretty dang zoomed in here on the 1 minute and the 100 tick. Not too hard to find stuff, find trades, but we got to have some direction, something to trade off of, right? I could anticipate this just drifting lower, but right now we're just chopping sideways here, right around New York lunch. So I'm going to hang and see. Bookmap, we do have quite a bit that we left up above price. Near that 44 level, that's what I was targeting. If you go back, you'll see me delete a couple levels off the chart. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, really only thing I see is these really small opportunities to the downside or back up to the upside. Ooh, there we go. Got a little break there. Let's see. Can we get some direction? Like we want to head lower? Maybe we go for that. I'm in a 50K combine that I really need to trade. I do need to press this thing. They are getting close to rebill. I'm considering taking on some 150K combines, looking to transition to those in the future once I push the 50K XFAs that I have now towards payout and move into something that doesn't have a daily loss rule. But we'll hang out. We'll see what we get today, guys. If you guys got trading questions, again, feel free to ask. I got subscriber mode on and a time delay, so if you do want to chat, you gotta subscribe, and I got slow mode on there. If you don't know, I run a free trading Discord with live trading just like this, showing you guys everything. No gatekeeping. You get my strategy, you get my approach, keep you updated on all my trading. You get my charts every morning, my analysis. You get updates on news, alerts on that. A community, badass community of traders. We got like 1,200 people in there right now. Let's get the count. 1174. Yeah, man. Growing every day. Awesome community. Guys getting funded, guys trading XFAs, guys taking payouts, guys blowing up combines and XFAs and struggling and everything in between. All the real stuff. That's what I go for. Cool. Yeah, man, we'll hang on this one. We'll see if we can get something out of this. That's my game plan. Again, looking at bookmap over here in the corner. I can't show you guys bookmap today. I'm running a little bit different of a setup. Again, in a different location. We're on the move. Yeah, a little bit of liquidity that was up near the 40s came off. So that's not as good of a move looking long, but this is just choppy right now. Slow drift to the downside, very choppy. Let's see what we get, man. Let's see what we get, boys and girls. Plan to do about an hour on here. Maybe, where are we at? Yeah, maybe an hour and a half. We'll see. See if the market starts to give us something. Yeah, tough week overall, man. I don't see many guys that did well. There's a few out there that always seem to be posting, $50,000 green P&Ls, trading prop firm accounts really aggressively, in the Twitter space. But outside of that, I see a lot of guys flat, a lot of guys small red, a lot of guys break even, small green. Difficult week. This drifting V-shaped structure back and forth in consolidation. Choppiness like yesterday, and then eventually a push up in the afternoon. Caught some of that here live on YouTube. Got a win yesterday. But overall, just not really conducive to the way that I trade, which is okay. It happens. It happens frequently enough. It's not like it's an anomaly. Once or twice a year that happens. No. You get multiple days, multiple weeks, market just does not cooperate with you. Chops around, does whatever it wants to do. And, it's up to you to try to recognize that. Maybe preserve capital, preserve risk as best you can. And save that, try to hold on to it, survive that for when the market is ready to cooperate with you. You can't just shut off and say, I'm going to, not trade. I'm not going to go to work today. You got to come sit at the markets all day. Anticipate the move, getting ready like I've been doing all week. But not a whole lot of follow through, man. Not a whole lot of room, at least for my approach. Again, other guys, maybe this is perfect for them. Maybe this type of market structure is exactly what you need. And if it is, I give you credit, man, because I don't think we see it that much. So we shall see. See what we get here for the afternoon, man. I would be surprised at a couple different things, but given this market, I'm not really surprised. I'm just focusing on the recent trend, the structure of the day, trading with market structure and price action. That's all I'm going to do. Find my way into trades that make sense and let the stats play out. But, do we push all the way back up now and run for the hills? I'm going to look long. We get back above this high. I'm taking the same long that I took over and over and over again and took L's on because the opportunity is there, right? It's showing me we're bullish, buyers back in control, just like yesterday where it was really choppy. And then in the afternoon, we did have the big run up. That's fine. We start breaking below this VWAP. We come down into the zone. I'm going to look for tight, low time frame structure to try to trade to the downside. That's it, man. I'll sit here and take the same damn long, not the same long, but take a long multiple times after the first ones have failed on the way to the one that's going to pay. That's part of the game. You do it for long enough, you build the experience, you have confidence in your approach, your strategy. Yes, you recognize not so ideal market conditions, maybe be a little bit cautious, but you still have to be aware when a valid setup presents itself and to get yourself into the market. You can't can't have a recency bias. You can't start trading scared. None of that stuff is really going to help you in the long run. Yeah, I might run this as the 5 because that's just a little bit zoomed in. Let's leave this bad boy as the 5. See what that's looking like. the 5 and the 100 tick. This is really the Dakota from Top Step special. Hundred tick chart is interesting, man. Really cool. It's not a time-based print. It's based on ticks, so you get to see volume and momentum within the way that the candles start to print. I think you're trading structure quite a bit for price action. Obviously, you're not getting, traditional 1 or 5 minute, a popular time frame candle printing. But it's pretty cool, man. I think the 100 is really zoomed in, so it is difficult if you're just staring at the 100 to understand what happened to the left of the chart, especially if there is a lot of volume and volatility because it prints really quickly. But it's a pretty cool thing to consider. TopstepX feature, can't get it on TradingView and many other platforms, but TopstepX has it, so it's pretty cool. I think you can get it on TradingView with like the professional level paid stuff. I have the highest paid version of TradingView, and I can't use tick-based charts. Yeah, I mean, I got a feeling we could do it. I really do. It's bullish overall on the higher time frames, right? Like let's zoom back out. I mean, to make you guys dizzy trading around, but I'm waiting for the market to do something. So, it's what we saw yesterday, right? Like a bunch of BS in the morning. Where's 9:30? Selling off, finding a low, coming back up, chopping around, looking like we're going to break highs, chopping around all the way back down. And then eventually here, 12:50 p.m., right when I was hopping on the live, we push the upside. We extend the range and we make a run up. Solid, that's fine. So we can do that today, right? We didn't even really pull a crazy low move like that. Maybe we just need to chop around. We're going to get to here about, 12:55, 1 p.m. Eastern. And the drift is going to be higher to close the weekend out. We're going to see buying pressure. Conversely, we come back down in and start to drift lower, chop lower. I'm going to look for some low time frame structure to trade to the downside. We are within the ranges. I like the long above all of this much better than I like the shorts, but I will trade the chart in front of me. That's the deal. No crazy bias, no marrying a bias. I don't find that helps me. This. Is it all loaded up? It's actually sticking. That's pretty cool. I like the way this is loaded up. Let's see what we got. But you guys are quiet today, man. Any trading questions, feel free to ask. See what the boys in Discord had going on. It's a trending trading range day. Yeah, maybe we got somebody in Discord doing okay, making a little bit of money. That's cool. Dre was making some money today. Nice trading XFA. Copy trading XFA. Bold move, my man. Very nice. Yeah, guys in the community did okay. I see an L. That's okay. See what happened here. Yeah, man, my community did okay. Doesn't look like everybody got killed. Ricky, what's up, man? What's your views on NQES divergence, as in how do you play it? I don't really play it. For a while I was watching NQ and ES and Dow all together, and I could never wrap my head around the correlation, the positive or negative and varying correlation between them. A lot of times it would feel like if I was trading NQ, Dow and ES would start to move, or NQ would start to move first, and I would kind of get the jump on the move using both of them. But it doesn't always work like that. You start trading different markets instead of the market in front of you. And I think a lot of guys do it. They work really well with it, especially paying attention to the big stocks that are drivers behind these U.S. indices. The stuff that's really driving it. For me, I just find it more more information than I need to process. I really like to keep things technical, focusing on the chart itself, maybe using some order flow, some volume, simple tools. And the more that I stray away from that, the more it hurts me. So I think a lot of guys do really well with it. They find it useful to pay attention to Nvidia and Apple and Microsoft, and they're looking at the VIX, they're looking at NQ, Dow, maybe other markets as well, gold, and they're understanding month over month and over the course of years what it looks like when one starts moving. What it looks like when there's a positive, really strong positive correlation, or they're starting to not be correlated. For me, I just was never able to wrap my head around it, and I felt in the simple way that I was doing it, it would help me on some days and it would hurt me on other days. I wasn't able to quantify that it was adding to my edge. It was helping me out in the long run. So I find it better for me, and I think for most guys, just to pay attention to the chart in front of you. What market are you trading? Understand maybe some fundamentals behind it, the basics, just to be aware of. But even that, I don't use fundamentals for the most part in my trading, and not try to have the NQ chart up and be trading NQ and executing on ES. I think a lot of guys end up doing that. Yeah, use the Mag 7 as part of my strategy. Thanks for the answer, Zach. 100%, man. 100%. A lot of guys do. They pay attention to it. I mean, for me, if I was going to be, the way that I would probably approach it is just leave them up on the side. And are they all green, right? Are they all showing, positive movement for the morning? Maybe you don't want to be shorting NQ and ES. That's kind of the thought process. But am I going to be able to track, a correlation between multiple different instruments and then utilize that quickly in my trading? Probably not, but I see guys doing it. A lot of guys do. They process that information. It works for them. For the most part, I think it's more than many guys need. They would just do better paying attention to the instrument in front of them. But that's my opinion. If it works for you, again, a lot of guys are paying attention to that. A lot. Watching this market push back up, test IB high. So we came all the way back down, and we got some volume to the upside. We got some buying pressure. We're going to continue this move. I would consider buys above IB high if we get a break and retest and a continuation. Maybe. This was just downtrend structure, drift back in, failing to move higher. But again, like yesterday, I'll find a way in, man. Find a way in. Ricky asks, another question. Do you think when the Fed cuts, the decision, the direction the futures will take? As I've been thinking, we jump to all-time highs again for NQ anyhow. No, not for me. Here's how I handle that information. I don't pay attention to it. I don't pay attention to it at all. I don't try to anticipate it. You might say that's a dumb thing to do, Zach. For me, the fundamental analysis that I do is I go on a financial news site every morning and I post about it in my community. I look at when there's high impact news events and I anticipate an increase in volatility. Today at 10 a.m., I knew we had an orange folder news event, consumer confidence, but am I trying to anticipate what that number is going to be, and if it's higher, what will happen, and if it's lower, what will happen, and think that I think it's going to be higher, and I think that will be the reaction? No. I talk about this enough, but I don't find that anybody with any reasonable degree can predict this stuff with accuracy. And even if you can, I don't think you can predict with any accuracy what the actual response will be. I think for stuff like Fed rate cuts and when Jerome Powell says something specifically that's, really, really bullish, or would have some serious bullish indications, it's kind of obvious. But again, we're not really, most guys aren't swing trading here in the futures market. We're day trading. We're on the 5-minute, the 15-minute at the most is what I see as far as executions go. And carrying that type of long-term bias, I don't think is super helpful. I think you can see that information on the chart. And, trying to anticipate it or predict it, it just adds this level of complexity and difficulty to trading that I tried for a long time, and again, I think guys do this, they pay attention to fundamentals, they use an enormous amount. I just don't find it helpful. I find it takes away from stuff that I really can be focusing on, and it limits my flexibility. I start to carry these unhealthy biases. And what I've found works best for me personally is I want to be able to go long as quick as I'll go short. I want to trade the chart in front of me. I want to look at where we're at on the higher time frame structure. I want to understand, are we in an absolute uptrend? Were we consolidating in August and then we sold off the beginning of September and now we're pushing back up? We're really looking strong all the way into the end of this week after a little bit of chop and consolidation with some news releases that, increase some volatility. Yes. Okay. I understand all that. What do we look like in pre-market coming into 9:30 open when I trade and then through the rest of the session? And then what's happening on the chart right now? What direction are we going right now? Are buyers in control today? Are we looking like we're going to end green? And I use the technicals to trade that rather than the why behind every price movement or what should happen. People are irrational as all hell, and it's really difficult to anticipate how they're going to perceive information and then how that is going to be reflected in market prices here on ES. So I just feel it's better to just not even worry about it. Pay attention to when the news events are. This is what I do. When the news events are, when the financial data releases are, and be ready for increase in volatility. Maybe you're ready for some chop ahead of that. Maybe ready for some, difficult trading conditions before and after. But even then, try not to carry a huge bias. That's my thought process. Drifting all the way back up. We're above IB high now. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. It's just been, I'm laughing because it's just been interesting all week. Really been interesting all week. Wick was unreal on the Michigan number today. Yeah, man. I'll say, I was not anticipating, what's up, my man? I was not anticipating that much volatility. I don't think orange folder events typically have that amount of volatility, but you're aware of it and you make a decision to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be in the market. I'm going to close out. I'm going to get flat before red folder and orange folder news events. And I'm going to wait a minimum of, 5 minutes to 10 minutes post event, and that's part of your strategy and approach. Which is, kind of how I handle it. If you are going to hold through it, maybe you size down, you widen up stops and targets because you're going to expect, with a reasonable degree of accuracy, an increase in volatility. Even if you're not going to predict that it's going to go up or down, you can expect that next candle that prints is going to be a lot larger, whether it goes up, down, or we just wick up and down to the, to both sides like we saw today. Anticipate that, from a technical standpoint, and size accordingly, or just stay out. That's an easy move. Be aware of news. That's the simple one. Man, it looks like we want to creep higher on this. I'm tempted to find a way in, after retesting initial balance here, and trade to the upside. I don't know why we would drift all the way back up here if we need to come all the way back lower. I don't love having to stop in between all of this. I would probably just go, right below here. I wouldn't get a stop all the way down below these 5-minute bars. I'd like to take this thing long with you guys here. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking long for pretty obvious reasons, right? We are trending to the upside today. Albeit choppy. I don't think this market is going down right now. It's going up. It's going up overall. It's going up right now. We are above pretty much every important level that I have on my chart. Actually, every level that I have on my chart. Prior day high, overnight high, 15-minute opening range high, session VWAP, New York anchored VWAP, prior day New York anchored VWAP, and initial bounce. We are looking bullish. Nothing to me says short this right now. If we failed here and started to come back down with some force, I don't really want to short it above this low. At that point, I'd say I think it's time for shorts to come back down. With this structure, it doesn't give me a lot to trade off of, right? Because then where do I place a stop to the upside? You know, this is the nuances of structuring a trade. Unless you're going for really, really tight scalp moves, you know, 1 minute, 5 minute, very, very quick movements. But right now, this looks long. I am actually tempted to take it from down here and just throw a stop. Oh, yeah, we got that level of liquidity that I was looking at earlier on Bookmap is still on the board. I think we're going to go up and tag it. And can I run a pretty damn wide stop? Let's see. Let's see, where is the first level? We got some stuff up at 56.42-ish. Looks like 44-ish. Let me go over to Bookmap. I can't really show you guys Bookmap today. I got it over on the side, and I got multiple screens that I'm not gonna easily be able to change between. 56, 44, yeah, like 43 3/4. But we got stuff above that at 45. Throw this up here. Yeah, I like it because there's liquidity kind of all around up here. There's liquidity down below here and up above. On Bookmap, which is an order flow tool that displays level 2 data. I'm going to go ahead and try this bad boy. Ooh,
Order filled.
that was slow. What's up with that, TopstepX? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. If I lose you guys, I'll jump back on live. But I am long. I want to make sure that my chart stays up. It took forever to enter that order. That was weird. Make sure my VWAPs are lined up by scrolling out. I'm long from up here, breaking out above initial balance high. I'm going to throw a stop loss way, way, way down below this level. That's going to be my game plan. If I'm wrong down here. I'm very wrong. My take profit. Actually, let me go through structuring this trade with you guys. That's going to be my game plan. I'd really like to have a stop loss down here. I don't know that I can based on the levels that I'm going to target. Looking at Bookmap over to the side. We got some at 41. We got some at 44. We got some at 45. At best, I'm looking to get out up here, and that really doesn't allow me to have a stop loss all the way down here if I want to even capture a 1-to-1. But I know I want to be long, and this is pretty much the only trade I'm going to have. Unless we come all the way back down here, I'm going to look short. Maybe I'll flip. I don't think I'll be on the stream for that long to be able to have a 52 tick stop out and then a flip short here with you guys. So I might run this. Yeah, I'm going to run this really wide like this first. I'm going to wait to see what happens on Bookmap. And I'm going to go back to one screen for a second, zoom out, and take a look at levels of structure looking left. This is the next area. It's these highs. I did have a zone that I shared earlier that was part of this. Got rid of it. Felt it was just way too much crap on my chart. I'm looking to target these highs, which I like this trade for. If we're going to drift, this is the next level of structure, the area that I would be paying attention to, right? Looking left. Here's the next high looking left from the current price action. We're at this little level of consolidation. Been tested a few times to the upside and downside, support, flipped resistance. I could see this as a problem, but let's see if we can get through it. We've tested it a handful of times already today. If we want to move higher, now's our chance. And I'm going to be long into it towards this level here. That's what I would be looking at for a target. There is this stuff on Bookmap right up here towards these highs. We could find resistance there. At that point, I'd be stop loss to break even. Maybe taking something off, but probably not. And I'm going to run this one as the wide stop loss to start. If we get stopped out, no problem. Maybe if we move in the direction of my trade, I look to scale in. That's a move I really, really do like to do. I haven't been doing it so much lately, just haven't had the opportunity on most of my trades. But who knows? Maybe we get that today. Similar trade as yesterday, guys, right? You saw the winner yesterday. Rocket science. I'm using a whole bunch of crazy concepts. Ninja Turtle, unicorn, rainbow concepts. That's what this is. It's special. I'm the market maker, and I know what the institutions are doing, and that's what we do. We trade like the institutions, like the banks. No, I'm being sarcastic with all that. Simple market structure, price action. We're moving up. The trend is up. We're pushing up right now. Right here, right now, we've got not a whole lot of volume behind all this. We've got levels of liquidity above. We have an area that I would like to trade towards. Long structure. Structuring the trade way down below this level. If we needed to come all the way back down below NY session VWAP again, I think this is much less likely to work out, right? I don't think that this is a super common move that we would be likely to see, at least for today, on this structure. Not that it can't happen, but we already did that, right? We already came all the way down. We pushed up, broke above the highs, we came all the way back down, found support, and now we're pushing up. We come down from here, I think sells are going to be in store. I think this is, I'm wrong on this direction. I'm wrong on this trade. At that point, we come all the way back down here. Shorts back down into the range. Maybe we're going to sell off. Maybe we're going to get, this selling volume towards the end of the day. So if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong with a wide stop loss on this one. I don't think having one right in here is an appropriate move. Anywhere within this, just push to the upside. So I'm taking literally the same trade that I tried, 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the fourth shot. Let's see if we want to run to the upside. We will see what we get today. If not, take the stop out in the combine, call it a day. The only way that I really see this making it work for myself from a structural standpoint and actually having the time for this to play out, I'm going to look to scale into this. I'm going to look to double this position size if we do continue this move above initial balance high and we break above here, at which point we have more data, right? I said right now, I don't want to stop loss down here. We come up here, I'm more comfortable placing a stop loss tighter because now I got a new invalidation point. I think if we just crack the high and come all the way back down, we're probably not going to continue higher into this level of Bookmap. And maybe this next area way up here, these highs. So I'd look to scale in and control risk. But we got to trade on. We're long. 5 micros on MES here. This is a 50K combine that I do need to trade. I'm trading XFAs in the morning. I'm probably going to start trading them in the afternoon. I don't have that much, that high of frequency of trades these days in the morning. So afternoon trades are okay as well. And if that's the case, I got to find time to trade these damn combines. So we'll do it here. We're live with you guys. We'll see if we can press these things. Lowell, what's up, man? Justin, what's up, man? Looks like it could be slow grind up. Yeah, man. Looks good to go higher. Yeah. We'll see. We shall see. Check out the stream from yesterday. You guys will You guys will see the wiener. Here is the trade from yesterday. The afternoon trade from yesterday. Get ready for some ugly morning trades today if you stick around. Simple. Breaking to the upside, right? Bunch of chop back and forth. Here we go. Drift higher, breaking overnight high again. Continuing to drift higher, not pulling back. Found a way in. 5-minute bar, trading below 5-minute bar, low. That was the entry, not a real big pullback. Continuation to a level of liquidity on Bookmap. And if you want to see how sometimes Bookmap reacts, check this out. Here was how that trade played out afterwards. I don't always get a really nice close like this, but yesterday I did. This is just later that day. Check that out. Bookmap, man. Bookmap is sweet. I'll be talking more about that coming up with you guys. But let's see, man. Let's see if we can't get ES to pay us out. Again, super wide stop to start. This would be first targets. If we start to come up here, I really want to see momentum continue. We keep pushing up. I'm going to look to scale in. Maybe even nicer than that. What I would really like to see is if we pulled back down here, retested somewhere where I have my stop, still pretty damn wide, and then came up. Man, I am adding like heavy like that as we come back in. Second position, initial stop loss comes right up. That type of structure is very nice, but was having a detailed conversation with a gentleman 2 days ago about adding in, how to do it, when to do it. It's tough. Not every situation calls for it, in my humble opinion. It's not as simple as soon as it moves 5 ticks in my direction, I double my position size and cut my stop loss in half. And then another 5 ticks after that, I start scaling out. I'm discretionary with it. I do use the data that's printing in front of me to continue to make educated decisions, but not every day is an add-in day. As this drifts higher, I'd like to do it again. Double-edged sword, right? Upside, I'm doubling my profit on the way up. Downside, I'm tightening up, and my full stop out will now be halfway up here. So I really, really would love to see a pullback before doing it. But I don't know that we'll get that, and I don't know that I will add in. We start to pop from here. I might go ahead and just run for that and really tighten up on stop loss. Just play this as, and I need the trade, I want to see the trade move in the direction right here, right now type of a play. But we'll see. We shall see. I appreciate you guys hopping on. If you're here and you're not in the free Discord, I don't know what you're doing. Live trading every day. More value than most paid Discords, in my humble opinion, my humble biased opinion. Not a VIP feeder program. You guys can hang out there for forever, get my analysis, charts, ask me questions. You could literally hop in there and ask me detailed trading questions. I'll do my best to help you out. Share your charts, share your trades. I'll try to work with you. If you want to work with me as a one-on-one coach, trade live with me every morning on Zoom, work on your trading plan, review trades, have me hold you accountable in a real coaching program in a way that I don't see anybody else in this space do, I charge for that. I have one paid program. Coaching, one-on-one coaching. Working with a few awesome guys right now. If you're here hanging out in the live, what's up, boys? Dudes are making awesome progress. Absolutely killing it. But you can book a free call, free 30-minute call to talk to me face-to-face about that if you're interested. We'll be happy to talk to you. Link is in Discord. It's on my site, realdealfutures.com. And while I'm on the housekeeping, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing you see here or hear me say is financial advice. I'm just a random guy on YouTube trading in a TopStep account. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. You're probably going to lose money if you trade. Read the full disclaimer. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 about simulated trading, which is what this is, which is what it is in an XFA and most funded accounts. But we are long, MES, 5 contracts, wide stop loss, targeting a level on Bookmap, targeting some structure to the upside if we're going to continue to run. Maybe we find resistance at these highs and we are just going to rotate back into the zone, but I'm long, man. That's my approach. I stick to my guns. I have discretion. I have intuition. I get to use all that. But I think if you watch me trade for long enough, which you can here live on YouTube and in Discord, where I post all of my trades, even if they're losers like they were all week in the morning in my XFAs, you'll get to see that. If you watch me trade for long enough, you'll see I take a lot of similar setups. I have my playbook that I run here in the markets and does pretty damn well for me. Weeks like this, it's all about just limiting losses to the best of your abilities, getting involved as you see fit, and that was a hell of a wick. So here's the pullback down in that area. Do we come ripping back through and take me out for the L, or do we just wick down here and give me a shot to add in? Because I'm ready to add, boys. This comes back up, boys and girls, I'll say. I'll do it. Don't tempt me with a good time. Again, kind of just what I'm looking for. We get a wick down like this, taking everybody out that was getting long with a stop loss right in here, and then crack these highs. I'm looking long. This continues to the downside. We're getting data that says, hey, nope, sellers are stepping in. Lower prices are being accepted. We're coming down to break lows. We're coming back down in the range. You're wrong. My stop loss is here to take me out of the market. Simple as that. Looks good. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. We shall see. But again, I appreciate you guys being here on a Friday afternoon, hanging out with me. If you got trading questions, feel free to ask. Ask away on the trading question side. If it's something that I've talked about in an awesome video, like the one that I have with Austin Silver on the day trading show recently, I might direct you to that. This way I don't have to repeat myself on every live, and it gets really boring for the guys that are on here when I tell the same story over and over and over again. Juan, what's up, my man? How are you doing? How was your day today, Juan? What's up, boys, from Discord, everybody else that's in here from Team Real Deal. If you're not in the Discord, hop in. I'm going to tag all you boys again, say what's up. Let's see. Let's see what we get. I'm ready to hit that buy button, though. That's my game plan. I don't trade on Fridays. It's always been a bad day for me. Now I know to stay away. Yeah. A lot of guys do that. Some guys do it with Fridays and Mondays. They just say, not going to do it. For me, I'll go ahead and have at it, but today was the worst day of the week for me. So, what does that tell you? Overall, I don't have a strong enough set of data, a skew to say like every Friday is red and I get back all my profits on Friday, and I should just stop trading it. If I end up with something like that, I'll certainly take it into consideration. But I find I'm cautious around holidays. I don't trade in between New Year's and Christmas. I find that to be Christmas and New Year's an absolutely terrible time to trade. Right around Thanksgiving, certain holidays. But if I start limiting myself to like 3 days a week, there's only so many trading days in the year. I'm going to end up with very, very, very limited opportunities, for the New York session here on ES. So if something really called for that I had to pay attention to, I would look at it. But that's kind of the data set for me. Major U.S. holidays, right before, right after, during them, even if the market's open. Nope. You get silly price action, silly structure, low volume, and then huge volume, wicks all over the place, very, very, very difficult to trade. Did that for a few years, and last year I was pretty good about it in the Forex market, just saying not going to trade between Christmas and New Year's, not going to trade right around Thanksgiving, before and after holidays. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this.
Order filled.
We are doubling up on this position, and I'm gonna go stop loss right below this wick. That's my game plan. Why does that look like that? Because we actually traded that far down, didn't we? It's just not showing it on the tick chart. Top step tick chart. What's up? I don't like that. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's look on the 15. Yeah, see, that's why I'm always a little bit skeptical with this tick chart. I really do like it, but it's stuff like that sketches me out. Does it show the low? That's my question. So this shows the low as, when I scroll over this candle, 5630.5. No, it doesn't. That's odd. Looking up here at the open, high, low, close numbers. Well, anyway, let's not harp on it. Let's focus on the trade. Let's get back to the 5 minute. Scroll out. Let's get our VWAP lines back in place. This looks good. Adding in, doubling the position size from 5 to 10 micros. We're now at 1 mini equivalent. Stop loss down below recent level of structure. Let's zoom all the way out. We're looking good. I try to make sure these things stay consistent. If we're gonna push up, I want to see it happen now, right? I don't want to see us come back below this wick. Can we come back below this wick and then still continue to the upside? Sure, we can. I have a new level of invalidation, right? That I read as that's coming down to take everybody out. That was getting long, maybe picking up liquidity, hitting stops, whatever reason. Just the market structure that you often see, a pullback before a move to the upside. Now I got a new spot to say, if we come down here, I'm out. I did increase risk on this, not an enormous amount, but my total amount of risk did increase. I added in at a worse price, right? And I didn't cut my stop loss in half from that initial number, but I did move it up considerably. So let's see if we can have, and again, now I have more opportunity to the upside. I can structure my trade now even more aggressively. I only need 29 ticks to the upside if I'm going to look at risk to reward, which I like to pay attention to a little bit. Although I'm not, I don't care if I end up closing a trade at 1.5 to 1 or 0.75 to 1. In general, I like to be above a 1 to 1. I like my trades to average out over a large number to have a nice positive risk to reward. Otherwise, you're relying really heavily on win rate. And I like to be able to be closer to that 50% win rate, 1 to 1, rather than an extreme, like 20% win rate. I'm only going to win 2 out of 10 trades, and I have to have, a 50 to 1 risk to reward, something like that. Or I've got to win 90% of my trades, but I'm only going to make half the amount of money that I'm risking on each one. I don't think those are really great extremes to work at. You do see guys do it, so nothing wrong. If you can make it work, more power to you. But let's see the break. That's what I'm looking for. We still have liquidity up here. We have levels on Bookmap. I am watching all of this nonsense above price. We got a really nice level up here at 44 that I have marked. Yeah, we got a real nice level there. We even got a little bit that's showing up above. Not much. Most of it is below, but I'm watching us come up into it right now at the 40s, just above this high. I want to see the push through and a continuation. Let me turn this into something here. Otherwise, comes back down, stops me out, I'll probably call it a session at that point. That would be enough for me. Again, if it needs to come down below this low before continuing higher, I think we're less likely to move. I don't have the ability to run that wide of or I wouldn't want to run that wide of a stop loss with a heavier and heavier position. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at, y'all. See if we can get some momentum to the upside. Not too much yet. I mean, this is good. This is bullish, right? Bars trading above, but we're finding some resistance here. We got some indecision back and forth. We'll see what we can pull on this one. If you guys got trading questions, feel free to ask. I'm live here on YouTube almost every day. Free Discord, not to repeat myself too many times. Free Discord, man. Live trading, analysis, my trades, news, ask me questions. Much more than you get from most guys that are charging $200 a month to be in a room with them and more attention. You ask me questions, oftentimes I respond with a long voice message, with a whole bunch of detail. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching, that's what I charge for. Implementation, working with you directly, 50 plus hours over the course of a month, building you into a killer trader like I put on Instagram since it's Friday the 13th. But yeah, this one might not play nice with me. I'm going to end the week off with just an ugly day. The market just not playing nice. Might happen. We'll see. How much one-on-one? Juan, book a free 30-minute call if you're interested, brother. And we can talk about it. Bring you through the program. Talk about your trading first. I say no to a lot of guys. It's not really beginner focused. So I don't just have a link that I send guys to pay. It's based around your trading and it has to make sense first for you and for me. So book a free 30-minute call if you're interested, man. I'm dedicating an enormous amount of time, 2 hours every morning. Small group with just the guys that are in the program, usually just a small handful, never more than 5 or 6 for the time being. And then 2 1-hour one-on-one sessions each week with direct access to me, even more than you have through Discord. So I don't charge a very small amount for that because I dedicate the time I need to make actual improvement, not just putting out videos. It takes an enormous amount of time to work with guys coaching, really understanding where they're at, getting to know them, their trading, what they're actually struggling with, whether it's on the mentality side, the strategy side. But that's what I feel actually can help. That's what helped me early on. That's what's helped me in other areas of my life, both in professional endeavors, in sports, having real one-on-one coaching, not just a program or watching videos. I do all that stuff for free. I'm out here doing it for free. If you're looking for someone to trade in front of, to hold you accountable as a real coach, that's what I think will help. Not a signals group, not copying a strategy, not a pre-made thing to do. Understand your problems, work with you hours and hours and hours of each week, upwards of 12 hours each week over the course of a month. That's what I feel will really move the needle forward. And I've seen move the needle forward. The guys that I've worked with so far this year have made awesome improvements, really solid results. Anywhere from on the beginner stage, just making some serious measurable progress towards getting funded, all the way to trading live accounts with awesome hit rates and risk to reward, or going from not being experienced but not funded yet, maybe in the middle of a combine, to taking multiple payouts, covering the cost of working with me significantly. Not everybody makes it to that level. Obviously, it is individual to you, your skill level, your experience. But if you're considering paying for something in the trading space, I'd look for somebody that resonates with you, that you feel has some experience, you think you like the way that they approach the markets, and along with that, actually has a real one-on-one coaching program. Not going to charge you for a course, not going to charge you for a bunch of pre-made stupid videos that you can watch for free all over the place, not books that you could read for free, not a signals group. It's not me, have it be someone else, but look for a coach, man. Trading's a solo endeavor, right? We're sitting here by ourselves behind our screen. It's unlike any professional thing that you would do. You would always have someone to work with, somebody to bump elbows with and say, hey, what are you seeing? What's going on, man? I'm struggling today. Somebody to review with. Hey, did you follow your rules? What are your trading results looking like? What's working? What's not working? We don't have that in trading. So having that early on, somebody to dedicate an enormous amount of time with you is what I think helps. We got the push up. Scaling was okay. I'm not going stop loss to break even yet. I'm not taking anything off yet. I want to see us push up higher. I'm looking at Bookmap. Still looks good. I start to see something change. I'm going to try to react quickly. It moved pretty fast on me this morning, and I didn't like that. So let's see. I want to see this move continue. We're putting in session highs, new highs in ES. We're above, again, every level that I have on my chart as far as objective levels go that I use in the morning that I mark up with. And I would like to see this push into Bookmap. If we do, I'd look to take some off up here. Man, I got this routine going where I'm taking L's in the combines. I'm taking L's in the XFAs by myself in the morning and with my, with my one-on-one guys. And I come on here live with you guys and I take wins. Fucking silly. I look for half off up here. Let me look on Bookmap to really clear this up. If we get up here, if and when we get up here, we might turn right down right now and come and stop me out. I'm not getting stopped, not moving stop loss to break even. I think that's too tight. I want to give us room to come back down around here, chop if we need to before blasting back up. And everybody on YouTube can comment, never let a winner turn into a loser. What a terrible trade that you did there, Zach. You should have taken, $100 relative to your 500 plus risk to, risk that you had on. I don't think that's great trading. 56.42. We got the first level that we're coming up to right now. That we want to see a pop through, and then again, guys, I'm just paying a little bit of attention to Bookmap here over in the corner. 44. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hold into 44. That's my game plan, boys. We're long. The trade's paying. Maybe you say, hey, you know what, Zach? I just need $200 in my XFA, and you have that showing up here, so I'm good. Well, maybe 187. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna be stop loss to break even. You want to go risk free? There's nothing wrong with that. Hope you're not following this trade. Nothing here is financial advice. No signals. Not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. I'm just an idiot trading on YouTube. But that's not a bad way to manage these. If you run a really, really tight risk management play where you get stop loss to break even quickly, that's fine. For me, I got to give this thing a little bit of room. My stop loss is as tight as I want it to be. If it has to come all the way back down and take me out, for this loss, that's it. I accept that risk now. This way I'm not saying, oh man, I'm so angry. I didn't know I was going to blow my account, No. Honestly, I'll be honestly where my head's at, I'm looking for a way to add. We pull back down and then continue, I may add as long as it doesn't take me out. I like this opportunity. I want to run this into this level of liquidity. We didn't even really pop into it. Again, maybe it needs to wick right down. It's going to take me out. It's going to pull this bullshit move that it pulled before. And if so, part of trading, man. All part of it. But I'm not going to choke up on this thing just yet with my stop loss. Yeah, right below that wick. That's where I'm at. Can you trade more than 10 micros on a combine? Let's find out.
Order filled.
Yes, you can. We're in with 11 now, Juan. Thank you for the add-in. Add-in compliments to Juan. Yeah, you can trade up to 50 micros, which is the equivalent of 5 minis. That's your limits on the combine. On TopstepX, you can trade the same purchasing power, micros to minis. So as long as you're comfortable with the very, very, very tinily small differences between MES and ES, trading with micros is more flexible. You can scale in and out. You can position size a lot cleaner. If you run a fixed stop loss dollar amount and you don't want to run a fixed stop loss in ticks, you do some math and or you just use the brackets and you drag the position tool out and you have that running in front of your face. That's cool. But use micros. There's this big ego thing, and you're trading micros. You're scared to trade minis, or real traders trade minis. Like, all right, dude, whatever. Trade 50 micros if you want. That's fine. But yeah, in combines and TopstepX, you can trade the same quantity, purchasing power wise, and in XFAs with TopstepX on micros, which is helpful. It's helpful, especially if you're on NQ. If you're on the NQ chart, trading with multiple minis in a 50K combine, you're a bold man or woman. If NVIDIA flips green, I see ES and NQ continue to go up higher. Yeah, man. Justin's watching NVIDIA. He's watching, stocks that are underlying these U.S. indices, and he's going to use that information to decide, whether or not he wants to hold on to his trades or not. And that's cool. You can do that. I think it's way too much work and way too much information to process. And for me, I do better with a more technical approach. A technician, a market technician, some would say. Only so much information you could process, right? It's all about finding what works for you. That's the thought process here. For me, it's my chart with my tools, bookmap over on the side. I got plenty of stuff on here, even more than I would like sometimes. I try to take stuff off, not have so many levels, so much stuff just blocking up price action and market structure, which I really want to focus on. And then bookmap over on the side, that's more than enough for me. I don't really want to have 37 other charts to be looking at. I trade with guys that are trading NQ, so I'm aware of what NQ is doing all the time nowadays. Sometimes it's correlated. For the most part, they move pretty dang similarly. Structure looks the same. A lot of times NQ is stronger or weaker. One's not typically dumping and the other one ripping to the upside. But there's certainly differences in that correlation. Divergences, and we talked about that earlier. But I just don't find it helpful for me. Don't find I can wrap my mind around it, and that's probably just a personal preference. Other guys I'm sure do really well with that. What's up, bro? It's going good. Welcome in. Welcome to the show. We're long ES 11 micros. We were long 10. Juan wanted to find out whether or not we can be long more than 10 micros in ES on MES. And we'll see if we can get this push up. We got a level of liquidity on bookmap that I'm targeting to take some of these off and maybe look at going stop loss to break even at that point. Or if the market's just not going to work with me this week at all and it wants to come and take me back out, I'll accept that. But we're hanging out. What we got? Hour 15 into the stream. If you're here, I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you guys. Got an awesome community, man. I'm really grateful to have a community that's growing so fast, right? I started posting some content, sharing this trading journey in beginning of February, and I wasn't even that organized back then. Here we are in September, and 1,175 members in Discord. Is that what it was? 74? Let's be accurate here, guys. 1,174 members of Discord. It's awesome, man. People are sharing the wins, sharing the losses, the good, the bad. It's really awesome getting to know some of you guys. So I appreciate you guys being here. And same with you guys that hop on the lives on YouTube. It's cool to check in with you, hear what's going on. We'll keep the haters out. The haters and the naysayers. Oh, man. to the upside here. Can we get a little crack up there? That would be pretty cool. That would be really cool, ES, if you could just work with me here and not drag this trade so much longer. Grab about 26 ticks to this first point. Next level would be even farther up. I would just be capitalizing on a slow drift. The time frame aspect here, like the end of the day and week, I'm taking into consideration on this trade, and I'm starting to ask myself whether I want to hold past this level. I don't love the risk to reward structure, taking maybe 26 or 29 ticks out of this trade to the upside if it moves to the upside. But it's 1:49 p.m. Eastern. My thesis has to be that I think we're going to continue to run way up higher than we are right now if I'm going to take half off here and hold. I don't know that we're going to do that. So I'm considering a full closeout coming up. That's the thought process. A little bit earlier in the day, if this is happening at 11 or 12 o'clock, I'm definitely holding a runner, or half the position, that is. Right now, man, we are just slow grind, chop to the upside, right? Like, this still looks good, even though we pulled some of these moves. This was a wick all the way down here that we can't see on the tick chart for some reason that I don't like. Really weird, man. I gotta check something. So check this out. The low of this wick is 56.30 and a half. And it's not showing over here at 120, 56.30 and a half. $56.33 on this chart. Interesting, ES. And it shows on this chart. I don't like that so much, boys. Don't really like that. Gnarly wick in the micros that was not in ES. Not a fan of that. What are we going to do, ES? What are we going to do here? Really? We're going to come back down? It's going to drag back down again? Again in ES? That's it? This is going to be the measured move of the day? We're just going to come and tap the highs and chop back around? Or are we going to push to the upside? I don't know how many times we're going to come back in and then continue higher by a couple points. I don't really know. We scroll out. These VWAPs are all messed up. There we go. Can we make the push up? The longer this trade goes without cracking to the upside, even though we are slow grinding here in the afternoon, the less confidence I have. I'm losing confidence in it right now. I'm going to give this thing another few minutes here, guys. I do have a time limit at 2:30. I got to be off right before 2:30. That's going to be my cap on the stream. Would love to see this thing as a win, man. I want to close this week out green. I'll lose money in the morning and then come here on the lives and the combines and make money with you guys. It's great for you. I don't really have a reason to close this thing out other than hesitation. I mean, hesitation in the chart, not hesitation on my end. I'm sitting here for forever. Level of on bookmap is still there. We're coming into just a little bit that has started to come on the book above price right here, right now. Like, a point higher. 41 and 3/4, and then we still got a nice level up here, man, at 44. So I like this. I want to trade into it. I think we can find resistance like we did yesterday at that level, and leaving a runner might not be the move, but I'm gonna have to hang on to this thing at least until we get there, or I run out of time. That's my game plan. Today has been slow and choppy. I agree, dude. This week has been what the kids call trash. Been garbage, man. So that's subjective. That's my opinion. Maybe it's just what you needed. The price action and structure this week I don't find regular. I don't think you see it often. Let's explain what I'm talking about here. If this thing needs to knife down and take me out, that's fine. We come up into this level. I should know about it by hearing order filled. But here's what I'm looking at. Ready for the weekend, Zach? Yeah, man, I am. I love trading, I really do, but I don't mind my my outside endeavors. I'm going way back, way too far. Let's look at the 5-minute. Here is whoa, I don't need to do that. September 9th, right? This is Sunday the 8th. Yeah, Monday, right? So let's take a look what happened this week. Let's do a postmortem. We're trending up in pre-market. We push up at the open. This looks really good. We're going to continue the move. What happens? Take everybody out to the downside, come back below VWAP and below this low. Once we do that, come all the way back up. Garbage. I classify this as garbage. I'm typically getting caught buying the high and then caught selling the low down here. Pretty much the same thing on Tuesday. We're looking bullish again. Okay, this was just a fake out move to the downside, kind of take everybody out. Consolidation overnight. We're looking bullish at the open. We're cracking the highs. We're cracking overnight highs. We're cracking everything looking to the left. We are ready to run towards this. What do? Sell off to the downside. Okay, you know what? We're wrong on the longs here. We're ready to start getting short. We start getting short down here. We're cracking below these lows. Do we get follow through to the downside here in the middle of the day? No. We come all the way back up and crack the high. And then the worst of them all, I would say. These are all similar, right? They're similar structures per day, but this is not super common. What do we get here, man? Overnight, very consolidating, rangy, choppy structure. We get news. It looks negative, but we come down, take out this low, crack to the upside. It's absorbed. Coming into the open, it looks pretty bullish, like everybody's looking long. Okay, we sell off at the open. Maybe we're going to head lower, right? You got some lows down here to get down below first. Maybe you caught some of this to the downside. I'm starting to look low once we get down here, which is prior day low, right? Okay, forget all that bullish stuff. Bears are back in town. We're below all these lows of this zone. We're going to take it lower. We're headed towards this low. What do we get? Turn on a dime back up to the upside. I'm looking short here. I'm taking shorts here. I'm taking shorts here. This is looking down. And we just run the highs to the upside. Yesterday, not as bad. I'd say this is okay. Definitely back and forth choppy. Caught some of this move in the afternoon here. Today, not as bad, right? Bullish overall, and we're kind of zoomed out looking at it objectively. Definitely back and forth. Not a whole lot of opportunity. Just is more choppy, what I would say, rather than that slow drift. But overall, this is this is not it, as the kids say. This is not fun to trade. Very rangy, choppy back and forth with these slow drifting movements. When it's making a decision, looking like we're going to go higher, market showing its hand, we sell off. As we sell off, do we get follow through for the session and we close lower? No. We run the highs and we close, we put the highs in at the end of the day. These types of profiles are difficult to trade, in my humble opinion. That's me. Maybe it's exactly what you needed. You caught those longs, you caught the shorts. If that's what happened, more power to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let me and my thoughts take you away from executing. This trade is chopping around, not really doing anything. back down towards entry, back up again. Really getting choppy here. I would have liked to see this push up already, and I'm starting to get close to when I'm ready to call this thing. Selling pressure. That doesn't look good, guys. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Bookmap. Did Bookmap start to lighten up on us? Oh no, don't do it, Bookmap. Not right when I turned my head away for some analysis. Really? That's when we're gonna mess with this? Yep, liquidity coming off above. Some of the stuff that was on at 42 has started to come off. That's not looking good for the trade. The stuff that was at 44 is, let's go back and see what it actually was before there was these liquidity bands above it. 470-ish, 480-ish orders, 500. Still on there, but lighter. Yeah. Yep. Yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. No, that doesn't look good. IB high. I'm going to give this thing a second before it takes me out for the full stop. Yep.
Order filled.
Had my opportunity to get out break even. Held on to that one. This market is not it for me, guys. Not it. Had my opportunity to close up here. Finger was on the trigger. Thought, you know what? Let me see if we start to bounce here at IB high. Nope. All the way back down into the range. And that's the play. On another day, maybe I'm ducking out of that one. But figured we let it run for that long. It's about time to see if we were going to end up pushing. Sometimes we'll get that move, right? Little area of consolidation. Wick back down and then push up. The tell here, honestly, was as I'm giving that analysis, looking through the week, orders were lightening up, coming off the book above. I'm going to chalk some of that up to execution. Because if I see that happening, I'm much less likely to hold that trade. So, ending the week on a nice red combine. Beautiful. Part of trading, man, all part of the game. You put yourself in the market when you see fit. You have a system that you know has a quantifiable edge. You're confident. You know the stuff. You know the deal. Hopefully next week has better price action. But is there anything that is indicating chop for a certain... no, not really. Dude, that was hard to watch. Yeah, man, that's part of it. Welcome to the show, Juan. If it's really hard to watch, maybe you're putting too much risk on. Maybe you just haven't been through the natural losses. Is that stuff fun? Is it fun to take L's here live with everybody watching? No, man, but that's part of it. A lot of L's, every week, every month, every year. You got to get really used to losing. And again, like I said earlier on, accept the risk. Accept the risk, where your stop loss is with your position size, the whole deal. That's it. That's all you can do. On another day, like you see here, like yesterday, this thing runs, bookmap close for partials or maybe the full thing, and we're good to go. Oh no, playing at the top for so long, just dropped on the 1 second. Yeah, man. Staircase up, elevator down. That's kind of the classic move. But yeah, just slowly, painfully hanging out the top. That is trading, my man. Yeah. So is there anything indicating chop for next week, like certain news? So in general, and I'll wrap it up, guys. In general, you can anticipate some slow moving market, some chop ahead of news. I try not to form that strong of a bias when that happens, because sometimes there's not. Sometimes there is volatile movements right ahead of news events. Right before FOMC, before NFP, CPI, oftentimes the market kind of slows in anticipation, that type of a deal. So you can anticipate that. And then after, market gets kicked into gear and you get some movement. That's kind of the deal. I like how none of my winners and losers have become for me. I had my first red day yesterday, and I was like, it is what it is. I learned what I needed. Yeah, man, 100%. And a lot of times, it's learning if you did something wrong. On this one, again, maybe I'm stop loss to break even on another day. Maybe as I see that selling off, I'm ready to hit the button and I just flatten it before I take the full stop out. But most of the time, it's just a trade. It's just the losing trade. That's part of it. We're operating with a win rate that is not 100%, not 90%. Most guys are not over 70%. Vast majority, even if they think they are. In the long run, I don't see many guys that operate, over that number. So that means you're going to lose quite a few trades. You're going to have consecutive losers. You're going to have strings of losses. You'll have back and forth losses. It's part of it. So long as you're winning more than you're losing and making a little more on your winners than you're losing on your losers, you got a nice profitable system. It's all about letting the numbers play out in your favor. If you start to get upset with every loss, you start to have this recency bias, you shift what you're doing, you change what you're doing every time you take a loss or a string of losses, you never let that system play out with any consistency. And you end up in this never-ending, perpetual round and round and round of trying to optimize for what happened yesterday or on the last trade. But that's going to be it for me, boys. Unfortunately, ending this one with one L, but again, part of the game. Hopefully, we found some value. Looks like we might wick right down and then right back up. We did not accept lower prices. We didn't get closes below here. This to me looks like we want to run back up. I've tried the same trade multiple times, and that's going to be it for me. Not the same trade, but I've tried it similar long multiple times, so that's going to be it for me. But I appreciate you guys being here. We'll be back at it again next week. Live trading almost every day. Yeah, almost every day. Hop in the free Discord. I'll keep you guys updated, and have an awesome weekend, man. Grind on the charts if that's in your plan. You got to get some back testing in. You got to work on your strategy. But also consider stepping away and touching some grass. It's good to come back refreshed and ready to attack the markets on Monday and not just burnt out from thinking about your trades and nonstop all gas. Not taking a step away. Journaling is good on the weekends. Reviewing when the markets are closed, kind of stress-free, getting that work in if that's in your plan. But also remember, the markets are open all week long. Spend some time with your family, your friends, your pets. If you don't have any of those, just nature, go outside with yourself. Whatever, man, step away. So I will talk to you guys next week. Take care, guys. Take care. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'll see you guys next week.